What if I told you that the Amish have been discreetly employing cooking tips that may save you hundreds of dollars every year? Many modern kitchens use expensive gadgets and fancy tools, but the Amish adhere to the essentials and have mastered them in ways that are simple, smart, and surprisingly effective. These 40 methods aren't simply smart, they can change the game and save you money. First things first, herbs. Keep herbs like the Amish do. Don't let your parsley or cilantro wilt after 3 days. Instead, treat them like fresh flowers like the Amish do. Cut the stems and put them in a glass of water like a bouquet. Then, lightly cover them with a plastic bag. This makes a small greenhouse that keeps the humidity in. Your herbs can keep fresh for 3 weeks instead of 3 days if you change the water every 2 to 3 days. That's an easy $4 to $5 saved per week, plus you won't feel bad about putting away slimy basil. This works best with herbs that are tender, like basil and parsley. Rosemary and other tough plants like a dry cloth wrap. 2 bone broth equals liquid gold. The Amish don't toss away bones, they keep them. When you simmer bones low and slow, they let forth calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and amino acids that help your immune system and make your food taste better. For generations, people have recognized that broth is more than just soup. It's a multivitamin from nature, and it doesn't cost anything but time. Honey and vinegar cold remedy number 3. Don't go to the pharmacy. You only need to mix equal portions raw honey and apple cider vinegar. 1 spoonful at the first sign of a cold can stop the symptoms right away. This simple syrup is a must-have for Amish families because it works. Honey kills germs. Germs don't like vinegar. Are we together? It works as a natural immunological shield. Bonus, it might save you $15 to $20 on cough medicine every year. Number 4. Sprouted beans equals supercharged protein. Want extra nutrients without having to pay for them? Soak lentils or mung beans for 8 hours, then rinse them out twice a day. In just 2 to 3 days, you'll get fresh, living sprouts that are full of vitamins, including B-complex vitamins. 50 cents worth of beans can give you $4 worth of nourishment. You don't need any fancy tools, just a jar, some water, and some Amish know-how. 5. A penny in the plant pot. Here's a fascinating idea. If your indoor herbs are dying because of mold or fungus, put a clean copper penny in the soil. Really, copper slowly gives forth ions that naturally kill fungus, so you don't need any chemicals. The Amish utilize this approach all year long to keep their herbs on the windowsill healthy, even in the wet winter months. That tiny cent can help you save $2 to $3 on each herb in each dish. And it can also bring you some good luck. Number 6. Add salt to bitter coffee to fix it. Did you brew your coffee for too long? Don't throw it away, just add a little salt to it. Really. The Amish found that putting a little salt in harsh coffee makes it taste better without adding sugar or cream. It really takes away the bitter ingredients, especially in dark roasts. You won't have to put away terrible coffee anymore. For the average coffee drinker, that's around $40 a year in savings and a better morning. 7. Cut onions without crying. No one loves to cry when they cut onions. The Amish found a better way. Cut them from root to tip lengthwise. Keeping the root intact helps keep the gas that makes you cry from getting out. It also gives you a natural grip while you cut. It's faster, cleaner, and a lot less uncomfortable. This simple change saves time, cuts down on waste, and makes getting ready to cook a lot more fun in Amish kitchens where they cook enormous meals for the whole community. Number 8. The 3-day soup method. The Amish don't rush their soup, and you won't either when you sample their way. The first day starts with roasting beef bones. That's the base flavour. They add harder veggies like carrots and potatoes on the second day. On the third day, they add delicate herbs and spices to finish it off. This lengthy, steady boil breaks down bones, releases natural collagen, and makes a rich broth that you can't obtain in 30 minutes. A chicken can feed a family of 4 for days for only approximately $1.25 per meal. This method has been around for thousands of years. It's not just cooking, it's a tradition of being patient and respectful with every item. And how does it taste? It was well worth the wait. 9. Cracking an egg with one hand. Don't be impressed the next time you see someone crack eggs with one hand. That's usual in Amish kitchens. They hold the egg sideways between their thumb and middle finger, smack it hard on the bowl, and then twist and pull it apart. No shells, no mess. It takes some practice, but once you get the hang of it, it saves you a lot of time, especially if you're making a lot of cookies. And if you've ever pulled a shell out of batter, you know how important that is. How to fix sour tomato sauce number 10. A dinner can be ruined by tomato sauce that is overly sour, but the Amish know how to solve it. To neutralize the acidity, add 1/8 teaspoon of sugar to each cup. Add half a teaspoon of butter to make it taste even better. No, it won't make it taste sweet. It merely makes the sharp edges less sharp. If you use home-canned tomatoes, this approach will turn them into sauce that tastes like anything from a fancy Italian restaurant for very little money. The bacon grease library is number 11. This is amazing. The Amish keep their bacon grease, but not just in one jar. They store several kinds, such as applewood or hickory smoked, in labelled mason jars, which they term a bacon grease library. 1 spoonful of this stuff is better than butter or oil and adds a lot more taste. If you store it right, it will last for months. And every time you use that tasty fat again, you save money and make your cuisine even better. 12th. Use a spa treatment to keep lettuce fresh. Have you ever bought lettuce and then thrown half of it away a few days later? Not with this trick. Wrap your greens in a damp paper towel and put them in a container that won't let air in after you wash them. You may keep your salad fresh and crisp for up to 2 weeks if you change the towel every few days. It is like giving your lettuce a day at the spa. And if you're sick of throwing away salad, this will save you around $5 a week. The mayonnaise egg secret, number 13. Want to make sure your scrambled eggs are always fluffy? For every 3 eggs, add 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise. It may sound strange, but believe me, you won't taste the mayo. It only adds fat and moisture, which makes your eggs rich, soft, and silky, like the ones you get at a gourmet brunch place. The Amish found that mayo keeps eggs from drying up, and once you try it, you'll never go back. Number 14. Use sugar instead of flour to grease pans. Instead of flour, use sugar to oil your cake pans. This is a sweet tip from Amish bakers. Why? The sugar turns into caramel when it bakes, which gives the outside of your cakes a little crunch and a golden edge. It works really well with banana bread or pound cakes. You only need 1 tablespoon, and the end result tastes like it came from a bakery. 15. Ice cube in burger patties. This one sounds strange, but it actually does work. Put a little ice cube in the middle of each patty before you grill them. The ice melts slowly while it cooks, keeping the inside moist and the outside properly seared. The Amish don't have air fryers or sous vide devices, but their ways make sure that nothing gets too dry or overcooked. These Amish culinary tips aren't simply smart, they come from years of experience and tradition. They show that simple can still triumph in the kitchen, whether it's saving money or making food taste better. And don't forget that sometimes the best tool is patience. 16. Ice cube with burger patties. This is a strange one that works really nicely. Put a small ice cube directly in the middle of each patty before you grill it. As it cooks, it melts and generates steam that keeps the meat moist, even when it's well done. You don't need any fancy ingredients to create 20% juicier burgers. This practice originates from farmers, where cooks had to make even tough portions of meat taste good. Modern food science backs it up. Wetness makes the flavour last longer in every bite. 17 pickle juice in potato salad. Are you sick of potato salad that is heavy and bland? Here's what to do. Instead of 1 tablespoon of mayo, use 2 tablespoons of pickle juice that you have left over. It makes the flavour less rich, adds a tangy taste, and makes it taste brighter. Amish cooks utilise this at summer fairs and competitions, and it's even helped folks win blue ribbons. Did you know that the secret to making the best potato salad was in your pickle jar? To be honest, it's a very huge deal. Number 18. Soak the onions in cold water. Are raw onions too strong? The Amish have a simple solution. Before you use them, soak the sliced onions in ice water for 10 minutes. It takes away the bite while preserving the crunch. Without that strong onion burn, your salads, sandwiches, and salsas will taste a lot nicer. This method makes inexpensive yellow onions taste like delicious, pricey ones. Cold water also removes sulfur molecules, which makes the flavour milder and sweeter. The vodka pie crust trick, number 19. It can be challenging to make pie crust from scratch, but the Amish bakers came up with a smart twist. Instead of 2 teaspoons of water, use vodka in your dough. Why use vodka? It makes the dough wet without making gluten. That means crusts that are flakier and softer, easier to roll out and less likely to grow tough. And no, your pie won't taste like booze. The alcohol completely bakes off. You only attain bakery-level outcomes when you use science and tradition together. 20 egg yolks in mashed potatoes. Want to make mashed potatoes that are really creamy without adding a lot of butter or cream? Right before serving, add 1 raw egg yolk. The heat from the potatoes cooks the yolk safely, and you end up with velvety, golden potatoes that taste better and have more protein. The trick is the natural emulsifiers in the yolk. They make everything smoother and help the potatoes stay together better, especially if you're serving leftovers. 21. Apple cider vinegar in beans. Here's another reason why Amish cooks like vinegar. Adding a spoonful of apple cider vinegar to a pot of beans while they cook makes them easier to digest and taste better. It helps break down the chemicals that make you gassy and also makes the flavour stronger. It converts beans into a meal that makes you feel good instead of rumbling. And sure, science agrees. Vinegar lowers the amount of some sugars in beans by roughly 30%, which makes them easier on your stomach. 22. Cast iron pancake perfection. Fluffy pancakes on the inside and golden on the outside? It's all about the heat and the pan. This is how you do it. Slowly heat your cast iron skillet on medium-low for 7 minutes. Just put a little coating of butter on the surface. Then check the water drop test. If a drop moves across the pan, it's done. This low and slow method makes the edges crispy and the centre mushy, just like pancakes from a diner. 23. Cast iron pancakes that always work. Why do Amish morning pancakes usually turn out perfectly? The key is cast iron. Before pouring in the batter, heat it steadily over medium-low for 7 whole minutes. The delayed heat up makes the pan's temperature more even, 35% more even than aluminum. No burnt edges or half-done middles. Pancakes that are just the right colour and fluffy for pennies are serving. You'll never use non-stick again once you get the hang of this. Number 24. Hair drain catcher in the kitchen sink. This one is brilliant, and it has nothing to do with food. Amish families utilise inexpensive shower drain covers to keep their kitchen sinks from getting clogged. Just put one over the drain before you wash the dishes. It collects bits of food before they turn into a plumbing disaster. If you empty it every day, you won't have to pay hundreds of dollars in plumbing expenses. It's the $5 trick that keeps your kitchen and your money safe. Paper bag tomato. Trick 25. Have you ever seen green tomatoes for sale at a very low price? Get them. Then put them in a brown paper bag with an apple. Ethylene gas comes out of the apple, which makes it ripen faster. The bag keeps the flavour while keeping just the right amount of moisture. You may get luscious, red, juicy tomatoes without paying full price. This approach has been used by Amish gardeners for years to make the tomato season last longer and save money. The tomatoes taste far better than the mushy ones you buy at the store. 26. 2-spoon egg separator. Worried about shattering the yolks as you separate the eggs? Don't bother with the shell trick. Use 2 spoons instead. Put the egg in a bowl. Then carefully move the yolk back and forth between 2 spoons. The whites fall off, but the yolk stays whole. This procedure is so simple even youngsters can do it. Amish families use it to teach young bakers, because being confident in the kitchen starts with not being afraid to make mistakes. 27. Honey to keep fruit fresh. Do you hate how quickly sliced apples turn brown? A natural way to fix them is to brush them with some honey. A thin application is all it takes to stop oxidation and keep produce looking fresh. It also lends a hint of sweetness that youngsters enjoy. Honey goes well with fruit, unlike lemon juice, which can make it taste too strong. This is what Amish families use to keep sliced apples, pears and peaches fresh throughout harvest season. It saves a lot of food from going to waste. Number 28. Spice magic with a mortar and pestle. Want a taste that stands out? Freshly grind your spices. Amish cooks don't use expensive electric grinders. They just use a plain mortar and pestle. A gentle, steady circular motion releases the natural oils in dried herbs, which brings forth their full flavour. Spices that have been ground fresh are 3 times stronger than spices that have been ground before. That means you can use less, save more, and taste the difference in every bite. 29th. Use a towel to make cheese. Making cheese at home, it's easier than you think and a lot less expensive. Put a flour sackcloth in a colander, heat the milk with lemon juice, and then filter it. Leave it alone for a few hours, and boom, you've made ricotta-style cheese for a quarter of the price at the store. Amish cooks do this all the time with simple foods. Varied acidity, such as vinegar or buttermilk, give foods varied tastes. And yes, it tastes great on fresh bread or tomatoes from the garden. Number 30. The wooden spoon, trick to stop boiling. You might have seen this one before, but it truly works. Put a dry wooden spoon across the top of the pot as you cook potatoes or pasta. If the bubbles go too high, they hit the spoon and pop before they spill. It works 90% of the time since it's fundamental physics. There are even spoons in Amish kitchens expressly for this. You won't have to scrub pasta water off your stove anymore. 31. Salt plus ice water equals simple egg peeling. It shouldn't be hard to peel boiling eggs. Here's the secret. After boiling, put the eggs in a dish of icy water with a teaspoon of salt. Give them 5 minutes to cool off. The shells will almost fall off. No more picking, cracking or ruining your breakfast. 32. Salt and ice make peeling eggs easy. It used to be a nightmare to peel boiling eggs, but now it's easy. Put your eggs in ice water with a teaspoon of salt and wait 5 minutes. The rapid cold makes the egg shrink away from the shell, and the salt gets via tiny holes, which helps the membrane separate. What happened? No more broken eggs. Shells that come off in complete chunks. Amish households utilize this for important events, and it makes it easier to peel things more than 95% of the time. No more wasting time or breakfast. 33rd. Wine cork veggie saver. Do you have greens that are wilting or cucumbers that are tired? Cut a clean wine cork into pieces and put them in a jar with some vegetables and a little water. Cork takes in ethylene gas, which is what makes vegetables go bad. This can help keep fruits and vegetables fresh for 3 to 4 days longer, especially broccoli and leafy greens. This method is great for Amish households since it uses things that most people throw away. No chemicals, just smart utilization of nature. 34th. Bread heel moisture shield. Don't throw those end slices away just yet. Put the heel sides of your bread inside, pressing against the inside slices. Those stronger heels keep the core soft for up to 4 days longer by keeping moisture out. It's free. It's smart. And Amish bakers have been doing it for a long time. The butterbell trick is number 35. Toast is ruined with cold butter. But here is the answer. A butterbell is a little ceramic crock filled with water that keeps butter fresh and soft on the counter for weeks. Oxygen makes things go bad, while water stops it from happening. So your butter stays fresh, soft, and ready to use without a fight in the fridge. No more toast that is all torn up. No more trash. 36 onion skins. Del's golden broth. Don't throw away those thin onion skins. Put them in a freezer bag and then add them to your next batch of soup. They provide food a deep golden colour, antioxidants, and a strong flavour. It doesn't cost anything. It's good for you. And it makes plain broth taste better. Amish cooks don't throw anything away, and now you don't either. 37. The quick way to soak rice. Want rice that tastes better and is fluffier? Put it in water. Soak your rice in water for 30 minutes before you cook it. It cuts down on cooking time by 20% and makes every grain soft and tasty. Rice that has been soaked even takes in flavouring better. It's like getting a better brand of rice without having to pay for it. 38 wool sock yogurt magic. Do you not have a yogurt maker? No issue. Put your heated milk and yogurt starting in a clean wool sock and set it aside. The wool keeps it at the right temperature for hours, between 105 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. For a third of the price of store-bought yogurt, you can make thick, creamy yogurt in 8 to 10 hours. A long time ago, Amish kitchens figured this out. No machinery, no problems, only science and socks. 39. The soup bone bank account. It never felt so good to save scraps. Amish households put bones in a freezer bag, like cattle, chicken, and even vegetable waste. They simmer everything into a delicious, healthy soup when it's full. You can create soup bases for 4 meals with one batch, which will save you $15 to $20 compared to store-bought ones. It works like compound interest for your kitchen, turning trash into warmth and flavour. What do all of these tricks have in common? They use what you already have, they don't throw anything out, and they can make amazing feasts out of simple things. The Amish don't follow fads. Instead, they pass down knowledge that has worked for a long time. The next time you're in the kitchen, give one of these tricks a try. It's not about spending more money to get a better meal. It's about cooking smarter. 40 breakfast casserole. That you can make ahead mornings are busy? Not an issue. On Sunday, make a brunch casserole with eggs, potatoes, and some meat. Cut it into pieces, put it in the fridge, and cook it up again over the week. It cuts the cost of breakfast by up to 65% and helps keep food from going bad. Plus, you'll eat better. No more muffins from the gas station. The Amish way is all about planning ahead. This is where it gets smart. What if you could make 3 meals using just one burner? Put your pots in a stack. The bottom one is for high heat meals, the middle one is for simmering, and the top one is for warming. Long ago, when fuel was hard to come by, Amish cooks learned this approach. It cuts down on energy utilisation by 30 to 40%. That's a good use of time. That's a good idea. That's an old-school way to do more than one thing at once that saves time and wood. These 40 Amish kitchen tips teach us something important. Not all new ideas are the finest. Some are just forgotten. The Amish show us that food doesn't have to be fancy to be great. They make everything from woolsock yogurt to onion peel broth to cast iron perfection to one-match cookery. So before you go after the latest $200 gadget or health hack that is all the rage, look back. If this video provided you a good idea, give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to get more tips on forgotten foods and how to live on a homestead. And let us know in the comments which Amish tip you're using this week. Thanks for watching. Remember that the trick to good cooking is to keep things simple.